You're probably making 100 moves a day, but only a handful actually matter. Yet if I looked at your calendar, I'd see back-to-back meetings, task clutter, and email shrapnel. Almost no explicit time where it says, here's where I make the calls that drive the quarter. That mismatch is expensive, not just in hours, but in judgment. Your best cognitive bandwidth is getting spent reacting to other people's priorities instead of architecting your own.
And the irony is, most high-agency people know this. You can feel that your day is busy, but not decisive. You end the day thinking, I touched a lot of things, but did I actually change the trajectory of anything? That feeling is usually a systems problem, not a personal failure. The system reveals the truth.
Today, we're going to fix the system. This is the Agentic Executive. I'm Adrian Cross, and in the next 10 minutes, you're getting a focused briefing on what I call decision stream design. Treating your day as a sequence of high-leverage calls and pushing everything else into support mode. One core idea, 3 moves, and a concrete action you can run as soon as tomorrow. Clarity is leverage. So let's get you some.
And I'm Amelia Voss. Think of this as an upgrade to how you experience your own calendar. Same tools, same job, but a different operating system for your judgment. We'll give you a mental model you can sketch in 2 minutes and actually use today.
Let's define the thing first. Decision stream design is the discipline of architecting your day around a small number of deliberate, high-leverage decisions, what we'll call your decision stream, with everything else subordinated as preparation, implementation, or noise. Most people design around tasks and meetings. They ask, what do I have to do? Or where do I need to be? The agentic question is different. What are the 3 to 7 decisions I must make today that actually move the system? Once you've answered that, your calendar becomes a support structure for those calls, not the other way around.
And just to make it concrete, a decision in this model is not respond to email or update the deck. We're talking about real forks in the road. Go or no-go on a product direction, greenlight a hire, reallocate budget. Choose which initiative loses resources so another one can win. If the outcome changes the shape of your next 30 to 90 days, it belongs in the decision stream. If it doesn't, it's probably a task, not a decision.
Once you see your day as a decision stream, the entire game shifts. Instead of asking, how do I get through all of this? You're asking, how do I design the conditions for these few critical calls to be made cleanly, quickly, and with full context? That's what the 3-move model is for. Surface, stage, support. Move 1, surface. This is where you extract the real decisions hiding inside your current tasks, meetings, and threads.
Here's how to surface in 5 minutes. Step 1. Look at today's calendar, task list, and top message threads. For each one, ask a simple question. Is there a real decision embedded here? If yes, write it in decision language. For example, that product sync on your calendar might actually contain the decision, do we ship the feature this sprint or push to next quarter? That hiring panel, the real decision is, do we extend an offer to this candidate at this compensation or not? Your messy email thread with the sales lead, the decision might be, do we prioritize enterprise upsell this quarter or focus on net new logos? You're stripping away the wrapper, meeting, email, task, and naming the underlying call.
And there's a constraint that matters here. You're aiming for 3 to 7 decisions per day, not 30. If you treat every micro-choice as a capital D decision, you dilute the whole system. So filter hard. Prioritize binary or directional calls with real consequence. If the outcome doesn't meaningfully affect revenue, risk, reputation, or strategic focus, it probably doesn't make the cut. Patterns create power. Over time, you'll see the recurring categories of decisions that actually move your world.
This is also where you avoid one of the big failure modes, bloated decision streams. When in doubt, demote. It's safer to under-include than to over-include. You can always elevate a task into tomorrow's decision stream once you see its impact. Now, once you've surfaced your 3 to 7 real calls, you move to the second move, stage.
Staging is calendar design. You're going to take those decisions and place them into deliberate, protected blocks on your calendar, what we'll call decision blocks, aligned with your best cognitive hours. For most people, that's somewhere in the first 3 to 5 hours of their day, before context has been shattered by meetings, Slack, and emergencies. A simple pattern: one 45, 60-minute decision block per day, containing 3 to 5 related decisions. That's your initial decision stream. You're not rebuilding your whole week yet. You're carving out one lane of clear thinking.
Clustering matters. If you can, group decisions by domain. For example, you might have a product block one day, a people block another, a capital and spend block later in the week. Your brain pays a switching cost every time you jump contexts. If you're deciding on a roadmap item, then a hiring decision, then a vendor contract, all in 10 minutes, you're forcing yourself to reboot cognitively 3 times. Precision drives agency, so give each block a clean theme and label it clearly on your calendar.
And yes, your calendar is already full. That's real. So you start small and asymmetric. Protect one block this week. Maybe it's Tuesday, 9 to 10 a.m., labeled Decision Stream, Q2 Priorities and Hiring. Let meetings move. Let some tasks slip to the afternoon. The experiment is, what happens to your results if you ensure that at least once you sit down to make several high-quality calls in a row on purpose? You'll probably find that the rest of the day bends around that block more easily than you expect.
They learn, consciously or not, to route real decisions toward that slot. You're not just managing your own attention, you're training the system around you.
So, we've surfaced and staged. Now the third move, support. This is where AI becomes a force multiplier instead of another distraction. Support means you don't enter a decision block cold. You walk in already briefed, context gathered, options summarized, trade-offs highlighted, and ideally, a draft micro-memo ready for you to edit, not create from scratch.
Practically, here's what support looks like by default. For each decision in tomorrow's block, you give your AI assistant a simple prep prompt today. For example, tomorrow I'm deciding whether to ship feature X this sprint or next quarter. Pull the last 2 weeks of relevant product notes, JIRA tickets, and customer feedback. Summarize the key arguments for shipping now versus later. List the top 3 risks of each path, and draft a 1-paragraph recommendation memo I can edit. By the time you sit down, you're not hunting through Slack or rereading email chains. You're reviewing a structured brief and applying your judgment.
You can do the same for people decisions. Tomorrow's decision is whether to extend an offer to candidate A at Band 3 compensation. Pull interview feedback, performance signals from similar hires, and market comp ranges. Give me a 1-page summary, plus a recommendation and 2 alternative structures. Now your time in the block is spent on trade-offs and principles, not on hunting for the last time someone mentioned comp bands.
If you're more independent, founder, solo operator, fractional executive, the same pattern holds. Ask your AI to synthesize client notes, pipeline data, or financials into decision-ready briefs. Tomorrow I'm choosing between doubling down on client segment A or exploring segment B. Pull my last 6 months of revenue by segment, win-loss notes, and my last 3 strategy docs. Summarize where the momentum is and outline the opportunity cost of each path. You're using the machine as a context compressor, so your brain can be used as a judgment engine.
Let's ground this with 3 quick implementation sketches. First, a founder. She's running a 20-person SaaS company. Her decision stream tomorrow might include 1 pricing decision, 1 hiring decision, and 1 roadmap prioritization. She blocks 8:30 to 9:30 a.m. as decision stream, pricing, hiring, roadmap. Her AI assistant preps 3 briefs the night before: a pricing sensitivity summary, a candidate comparison, and a simple roadmap trade-off matrix. She walks in, reads, asks clarifying follow-ups, and then makes those 3 calls. The rest of the day is executing on what she just decided.
Second, a VP inside a larger org. He doesn't fully control his calendar, but he can carve out 1 45-minute block before the meeting avalanche. His decision stream might be which project to deprioritize to free capacity, which team lead gets ownership of a new initiative, and whether to push back on an unrealistic cross-functional deadline. He asks his AI to pull recent performance data, key stakeholder emails, and project timelines into a short decision pack. When he hits his block, he makes those calls first, before he's been pulled into everyone else's fires.
Third, an independent operator, a consultant or advisor. Her decision stream tomorrow might be which client to fire, what rate to set for a new retainer offer, and which channel to double down on for pipeline. She uses AI to synthesize her client satisfaction notes, utilization rates, and pipeline probabilities into a 1-page leverage map. Now, instead of vaguely feeling overcommitted and underpaid, she's making explicit trade-offs in a protected block with all the data in front of her.
Let's quickly hit the failure modes and how to avoid them. Failure mode 1, treating everything as a big decision. If your stream has 15 items, it's no longer a stream, it's a swamp. Mitigation. Enforce the 3-7 rule. If you're over the limit, ask, which of these, if decided well, would make the others easier or irrelevant? Keep those. Demote the rest to tasks.
Failure mode 2, overstuffing the block. If you cram too many heavy decisions into 1 hour, you'll either rush or defer. Both outcomes erode your confidence in the system. Mitigation, match the weight of the decisions to your time and energy. 3 substantial calls in 45 minutes is often plenty. Leave a little slack for thinking and for capturing downstream actions.
Failure mode 3, letting meetings reclaim your decision blocks. This is where you have to treat the block as strategic infrastructure, not a nice-to-have. Mitigation, label it clearly, communicate it once to your key collaborators. This hour each morning is where I make the calls that keep us moving. Let's avoid booking over it unless something is genuinely mission-critical, and defend it. If you miss a block, don't abandon the system. Reschedule it within the next 24 hours. Consistency beats perfection.
And remember, you're not redesigning your entire life on day 1. You're running an experiment. 1 decision stream, 1 hour, 1 day. Let the results convince you. If you feel more in control, if your team moves faster because you've cleared bottlenecks, you'll naturally start claiming more prime time for this.
So here's your action step for tomorrow. Step 1. Surface. Take 5 minutes at the end of today. Look at tomorrow's calendar and top tasks, and write down 3 real decisions hiding inside them. Use decision language. Do we or not? Or which of these options do we choose? Step 2. Stage. Block 45 to 60 minutes during your best available hour tomorrow and label it Decision Stream. Put those 3 decisions in the description. Step 3. Support. Before you shut down today, ask your AI assistant to prepare a short brief for each decision. Context, options,
risks, and a draft recommendation. Tomorrow, you'll walk into that block ready to decide, not ready to search.
Run that once. After the block, ask yourself 2 questions. Did I actually make the decisions? And did this meaningfully improve my sense of control over the week? If the answer is yes, you've just proven to yourself that designing around decisions, not tasks, is a leverage upgrade. From there, you can scale. More days, clearer themes, richer AI briefs. Patterns create power.
If this briefing helped you see your day differently, make your next move count. Follow or subscribe to the Agentic Executive so these decision systems show up automatically in your feed. You're trading attention for leverage here. Make sure you're getting the compound returns. I'm Adrian Cross with Amelia Voss. Stay agentic.